Hello everyone. So, in continuation of the episode 1 and 2, today I'm starting the episode 3. And I have to say, compared to the earlier times, today there is a substantial development and update to the context of AI genomics and overall AI integration into the biomedical and life science research as well as translational and patient care. I won't try to keep it very long. I will try to make it short. So even though I'm saying short, but I will go faster. That's what I mean. So let's see. Let's just start with this. There are around 5 pillars today, actually, which is Amazon Biodiscovery, which is eventually is that we had this Amazon Life Science Symposium 2026 at Jarvis Center in New York City, and that was quite an experience. I will come a little bit, not everything in details, but I'll talk about it. That's probably one of the major focus of today's talk. I joined in person and I loved it to throughout the conversation, throughout the communication, looking at the demos, and a lot of it. Second is 10x Genomics Etera. So 10x Genomics has a new slogan. You probably have seen a lot of impossible to possible. We'll talk about this Etera spatial platform. One of the major probably breakthrough is the GPT Rosalind and ChatGPT for clinicians. It's like a mind-boggling, substantial integration of the large language model or agentic AI into the life science research as well as clinical care. Foundation model will probably talk a little bit less today because we talked in the last two episodes. We'll go through this. So first, let's go through why this today's episode is or the lecture is really important. It has we have come through the foundation model to the cloud, wet lab, spatial readout, clinical software, and regulatory wrapper. So regulatory wrapper, clinical software, which is ChatGPT for clinicians, and open evidence definitely, spatial and single cell readout with the Etera, wet lab validation, twist, Ginkgo ASP network, cloud platform, emergent biodiscovery, and there was more in there, and foundation model. Let's go to AWS Life Science Symposium 2026. So it was quite an amazing um, symposium. I have to give credit to the AWS. If you want details, you can just go and follow this link is in here, or you can just see. Like I think I have posted a little bit because I personally was invited in there by AWS, and it was quite a good experience. I have to say. Let me just see. There's a post I have shared. Yeah, this one. So there were, if you go through this post, you will get most of these details, all the links of Amazon Biodiscovery. I mean, let me just show you. It's more organized in here. So it's the idea of lab in the lobe of drug discovery. I think Abiv Regeb, I talked about it probably or not. I don't know. Like she was doing a lot of amazing work from last 5 years on lab in the lobe idea. She joined in Genentech, and there are a lot of works going on. So this what it does essentially. So you have a biodiscovery platform and you have a lab in the lobe. So you integrate the biodiscovery platform, and then run the agentic AI to identify the targets and translationally eventually going to the lab and then come back to the again agentic AI. So it's a lab in the loop idea that's been quite a bit improved, and I will say uh, help out the people to in terms of getting the agentic AI and molecular discovery or drug discovery and translate into the lab and finally clinical applications. So it starts with evaluate models and build your in silico workflow. Then it goes to design your in silico experiment with configuration agent, then analyze in silico results with candidate selection agent, and then send top candidates for wet lab validation and close the loop with active learning. I mean, you can, it's not very straightforward, but yeah, this is a process that accelerates, that has been accelerating the Genentech and other companies quite a bit. You can just go through this. It has been elaborately shared in here. I try to share the what benefits the other people in the society. There was a quite a bit number of people. So that's the whole idea. There are 40 plus biological foundation models. So there are the lab integration at launch. There are different companies. MSKCSA had early adaptation of the lab in the loop. What happened that last year when they came to the meeting of this life science meeting, and then they talked with them, and then they tried with the biodiscovery platform, and they were quite successful. So I would love to talk about it, but there was a lot of conversation around different things other than these. Like Abhi Brigade has explained virtually many things. Siddharth Mukherjee gave a in-person presentation. He's from Columbia University, but most importantly, he has founded this company, Manas AI, mostly founded by I think Reid Hoffman, and then the Yashodhara Dash, who is the BP strategy and growth of MSKCC. She was talking about biodiscovery platform application. There was quite a bit of activity around that. I don't want to go in details; it will make it lengthy. But I would love to go. If anyone have interest, I'm happy to share everything. This is MSKCC nanobody case and Healthomics, which I was talking earlier also. And they, according to them, there was a quite a bit uh, quite a bit faster and helpful output of this nanobody case, and biodiscovery platform quite helps them a lot. Eventually it reduces the time from the year to weeks. It's their statement. So I would say just go through the links and everything, pre-printed everything in here, and you're welcome to explore. There is another five partnership anchored at the symposium. There are many partnership. I don't want to go in details. And, like, you are welcome to go through. It was quite a bit. Like there was a company called Lila Bioscience. So they were explaining that if you just come and write it down. Okay, I want, for example, the cytotoxicity assay to be done. So you give your cells will be somewhere, your drug will be somewhere, your components will be somewhere, and the machine will automatically take these components and run it, run the entire experiment, analyze it, and finally give you output. So it's an automation and or automation system that will eventually be more applicable in the future. Almost every company, like Regeneron give a presentation, Janante gave, all companies are embracing the idea of agentic AI into the biomedical research, including Eli Lilly and everyone, and that is benefiting them substantially. And I myself is looking for that, and this is what the future holds. Now, though it was a major part, like the Amazon Life Symposium, but let's go to the 10x that has been talking and trending a lot. That's called the impossible, cut it down to the possible. So 10x has this the beautiful machine they launched called the Atera. That's for the spatial transcriptomics or whole transcriptomics of a spatial context at single cell level. So there are a lot of things. I don't want to go in details, but according to them, that you can do a lot more slide with more accuracy of this FFP or fresh frozen slides in at a special context and a bulk in a bulk volume. It's not like a Genium and others. It's a bulk volume which you can apply, and you can get a lot of data out of them. So I am I'm not sure that I'm supposed to go in details, but let me just but let me just give you a little bit thought on this. So this is a beautiful machine at a brochure. You can see the documents in here, and I went through this document. This is a beautiful machine, and they have presented quite a bit of data, actually, and they launched it. I attended a couple of their seminars, and what it says that it can do up to 20 centimeters square area, and it can do whole transcriptomics 18,000 plus genes, and then you can include around 1,000 more. You can do the targeted genes up to 3,000 genes. It's a huge system according to them, and it will substantially accelerate the entire process of a spatial transcriptomics. That's their explanation, which I have posted also in my LinkedIn. You are welcome to have a look. I'm not going in details about that. Hmm. So that's another major things. Then we will go through the HBT spatial web. There were a lot of spatial area nowadays, which includes Brucker, Biggen, Stellarmix, Singular Genomics, Roche Excelos, Ultima, a lot of them. I mean, the slides are in there. You are welcome to see. Now, I'm going into the part three, where is the OpenAI have kind of a changing the whole game of integration of the large language model or agentic AI into the clinical care or the healthcare. This is a game changing aspects. So let's go through. So they have launched GPT Rosalind, and I think I asked the lady who actually is the head of the life science. I think in the last meeting, which is Joyce Jiao. She is unfortunately I can't get access to their GPT Rosalind, which I believe is highly relevant, and I personally have based on my contributions is that there is a substantial number of software on the field I personally have developed and written down in machine learning to the context of the um, integration of large language models and machine learning into the area of life science and translational and clinical care. And I have been doing it for a very, very long time. But for some reason I don't get access. I don't know, many of the people cannot explain who get access to their Rosalind, and they have an official port where you can apply, but I applied but they didn't respond. So I don't know, but it's they up to them. It's their model. If they don't like, give us access, it's up to them. uh, so point in here is that GPT Rosalind, according to them, is something that change the game in terms of the research, life science research. So if you come in here, you will see they are saying that it will substantially. This is the request option. They don't respond. So how it can help? They have a small video, design, faster experiment, a lot of things, different areas. But I wish today I wanted to present how good is it. Hmm. But for some reason I don't have the access, so I can't help much to the context. But it is what it is. So unfortunately, I'm sorry I cannot give you a quite a clear output in terms of how GPT Rosalind is performing, because I have a lot of video I have been doing since a very long time. There's a help from the ChatGPT early days to the the Google Bird to the Gemini to the Claude, how they are performing, what's their advantage, disadvantage, quality control, a lot of things. If you go to my channel, you'll see this. So I hope to do something like that, but I can't. But eventually, it's a some things that I also have developed. I have developed something called Biomed AI some time ago. So Biomed AI does kind of the same thing. I haven't updated much in here, but I have this is agentic AI browser platform that does all the has a RAG model I developed on back of this, and then mm, it does go through a lot of clinical optimization and other things, and then go through PubMed clinical trial and all those things, and do the authentic analysis, authentic find the information, and then it has also analysis software and everything. I'll probably publish it as a paper pretty soon. So the next part is ChatGPT for clinicians, and I don't have access in this also, so I can't help in there, but according to them, ChatGPT for clinicians is something that is going to be it's a free for many people. Actually, so that like if you want to go through these, you will get the it will help the clinician in terms of getting the data. And let me just give you the concept that how this chat gpt for clinicians will be is like kind of the things. So it's like the idea is that it will help the clinicians to do their things faster, and it will help them to get the things that's required for the physicians to reduce their time on many things. Foundation model and infrastructure bench is hard and something that I'm not going today much. Um, these all things, some of them I have discussed already, so I'm not going much. GPU study, Roche has a lot of, I mean, they have invested billions in there. And Lily 1 billion quoted with Michael Fash, some was a colleague in Sinai before. And there is a quite a substantial work in there. There are a couple of papers, those came in hematology AI papers. Those includes the DeepHam, the EML AI prognostic meta-analysis, MP and DSDC, DFCS systems. For example, if I take this and let me just show it. So go in here. So there is a paper. I'm just showing an example because I work on this area, so I can probably help it a little bit. So I'm not from office computer, but either way, that's not a big deal. So it talks about that dual stream deep fracture feature and self annotative fusion model for the diagnosis of myeloproliferative neoplasia. Um, it's a lot of AI models nowadays getting integrated in terms of the disease diagnosis and all of this, and there are a lot of paper nowadays coming. So I think the idea in here is that we people are actively and enthusiastically integrating the artificial intelligence and machine learning models over the recent days to get the best benefit in terms of patient care and translational medicine as well as life science research. And there it's been in last two lectures and this one, and it will go on. I mean, I am quite updated on those things, but to the context of window of today's discussion, I'm not going in details, but these are the areas that we should focus for the growth of everyone and for the field definitely. Now another major thing is that this the AACR 2026. It was even the last year. If you have going to the AACR, it's American Association for Cancer Research, and even the American Society for Hematology conference. And the conference like this, there was not many paper of about AI integration or machine learning model integration or large language model integration. But this year the picture has changed. It's been quite a bit development than the years we had. So, like for example, let me just show you something. Like, so we go to the AACR 223 abstract. And let me just give you. I'm not going to get much of time on this, but just let's search. Uh, let's search machine learning. So you get a lot of papers in here. That's been from this year. Like these are these things. Now you want, okay? I want artificial intelligence. And you also look at this there. There is a, I mean, if I go to the newest first, also, there is a substantial number of abstract that's been submitted this year into the, like, first one. If I go in here, I'm just showing example. The high fidelity detection and classification of ovarian cancer histopathological images using artificial intelligence. So, my point in here is that there is a it's not a like a new initiative or is a cozy area or people something very scared. We're not into that phase anymore. We're into the phase where we are actively contributing and integrating into the field of artificial intelligence and getting it integrated into the healthcare, translational research, life science research, patient care, and overall helping to build up the future. This is not a theoretical anymore. This is a real time application of the current time. And we all should work it together. That's my point. That's the whole thing. I mean, ACR had too much excitement around artificial intelligence, machine learning models integration across the pathological slide to the genomics, single cell multiomics, patient care, a lot of them. It's exciting time. There are a couple of other things, AI Act, and I'm not going in much details because the AI Act and FDA is kind of a getting together. FDA is working very hard for this. EU is working hard. So we are getting into that exciting time where we integrate my AI genomics into the our area of interest. It's something I'm not going in there. So if I take the takeaways of today's, so these are the four takeaways actually I'm going. So the first one is the stake is consolidating into industrial players. So we you used to some people used to do, okay, we did some foundation model. Okay, those areas that it come to the cloud based, you're running them. Then it came to the white lab, then a spatial readout, then clinical software, then regulatory wrapper. So we the over the time, like we have come from an effort based initiation to the real time application of artificial intelligence and machine learning into our the area of interest in patient care and life science research and everywhere. Spatial multiomics is kind of the thing. So that's the 10x Atera system came on the market, and then we have foundation model. Those are into publishing a lot nowadays. I'm building myself also. The validation gap is in there, but it's covering very quite fast. I was talking earlier. You remember that's the Amazon Biodiscovery platform. That platform was accelerated in MSKCC research. So, and we're planning to try it. So that's the how it's working. There are a couple of the references of today and tomorrow. So this is the whole picture. The idea is that we are going very good. Everyone is integrating from the academics to the industries, artificial intelligence, machine learning, model from the basic research to the translational research to the pathology to the clinical services and then clinical care and patient care, drug discovery, clinical trial, everywhere. And that's where it works best for us. Anything, any question that you have, just send me an email. I'd love to talk about with anyone who has interest. If anyone, any individual, group, academic group, or the industry, and industry as well as any AI companies, it could be OpenAI, Anthropic, or any of them have interest to collaborate or discuss. Let's have a coffee and discuss all over the field. I have enough enthusiasm for that, and just feel free to come around New York in person if you want to. And I mean, my office is around the Center Park, so you can just come and we can have coffee and discuss. Or we am open to Zoom, or just give me a call. Either of these works. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening, and See you next episode or next lecture.